What if someone offered you $10 million, no strings attached? Would you take it? Of course you would. Now, what if that same person asked the question again with just one catch? This time, the catch is you'll die tomorrow if you get it. Now, immediately you'd probably say, no, I'm good. I have too much to live for. Now, I often remind myself of this question as it picks at this strange lie that we tend to believe, which is we know that money isn't freedom, yet we still live like it is. And that's why so many people today have never had more of it, yet still feel like freedom is just out of reach. Now, if you've ever hit this wall and wondered, what was all of this effort and sacrifice for? Well, this video is for you. I want to introduce you to someone. Let's call him Jeff. He's a senior sales executive at a large manufacturing company based in Indiana. Everything in his life has gone to plan. He graduated from college in 1997 at the top of his class. He married right out of school to his longtime girlfriend and love of his life. He still works all these years later at the company he started out as, and his home is almost paid off. And here's a snapshot of what his financial life actually looks like. So you'll notice here that he has 18 different accounts that he is trying to manage. He has 7 direct reports at work, and he is responsible to bring in about $50 million of new revenue every single year. Now, if he does do that and achieves his goal that his boss set out for him, he'll get a $75,000 cash bonus in February the following year. Jeff and his wife have 1 son and 2 beautiful daughters. The 2 daughters are in high school. They just purchased their dream lake home in Michigan, where his wife is from. They put 40% down on that property. I'm going to stop there as I can just feel your blood pressure rising, particularly when you hear that Jeff and his wife have 18 different accounts that they are managing. You can just sense how stressed out this guy has to be. Freedom is what we are all after, to spend time with people we love, doing the things we love when we want to do them. That is what freedom is, and is what most people find in retirement. But before retirement, people like Jeff run headfirst into what I call the complexity curve. It's the point in life where Jeff and his wife Carrie are. Like I said before, they have 18 different investment accounts. Not because they are unorganized, but that's actually what makes sense for their family. Between the multiple HSAs, the 3 529s, the 2 401k plans, the various IRAs that they've accumulated, and their trusts that they set up 5 years ago. They have multiple income streams from these accounts. They have a growing tax bill. They have rising incomes. The kids are about to head off to college. It doesn't get more complicated financially for this family. Now, furthermore, good luck budgeting to Jeff and Carrie with a grand total of 5 different people plus their dog consuming their income month over month. Now, to top it off, Jeff is also taking care of his in-laws with his wife while still managing his career, his staff, and his $50 million sales goal. But somehow, with all of this going on, you would think that Jeff is stressed out of his mind. But he's not. Jeff isn't financially independent, according to his financial plan. He and Carrie need to work for about another 7 years for them to feel like they're really rock solid heading into the next phase of life. Retiring now would mean they'd likely have to sell the lake home, which they really don't want to do, and they wouldn't be able to put their kids through college like they've always hoped and planned for. And so while they probably could pull off an early retirement for them at $2.5 million, it would likely be a white knuckle experience for the remainder of their life, which is something they do not want to do. So while Jeff and Carrie aren't financially independent, they are financially free. So before Jeff reorganized and restructured their financial life, their money required constant attention every single week, like millions of American adults. But today, most financial decisions are made about once a quarter, and many of them are decided far in advance. Jeff and Carrie experience an immense amount of freedom at this stage in life where most people are drowning in complexity. They've discovered that freedom isn't found in their income, it's not in their $2.5 million investment account, it's not in their $1.3 million portfolio of real estate, it's actually found in the structure that they've built. Many people who make more, have more, can easily find themselves in a situation where more money equals less focus, the same amount of freedom. Which when that happens, that leads to hopping on the proverbial financial treadmill that leads to nowhere. Jeff and Carrie, they went the opposite direction of that. So this begs the question of what exactly did they do to get in the situation they are now? Well, they made 3 distinct shifts 5 years ago that completely changed everything for them. First, this is rather nuanced, But Jeff understood that his financial life was built to serve him and his family versus him serving his financial life. He made sure that each account, all 18 of them, had jobs, that his cash flow had purpose, and he tried to limit the amount of decisions that we're making so he wasn't finding himself with Carrie making decisions week over week over week. Second, and this is big, he fully came to terms with his timeline 5 years ago when he was doing this. Him and Carrie stopped lifestyle creep and they determined that their money would be ready for retirement before they were. And that currently is what they're living in. And finally, Jeff outsourced to a team of professionals as he understands that you can hire talent and execution, and all he needs to do is be a great husband to Carrie, a father to his kids, a friend, and a boss. And he simply needs to keep the system he has already built moving forward. So while Jeff and Carrie do spend a meaningful chunk of their income between their professional advisors, their trainers, their landscapers, cleaners, and handymen, and while he does love managing his financial life, he does enjoy working in the yard and in the garage, he knows that he will have plenty of time in retirement to do all of these things. He needs other people right now to execute for him while he focuses on the last years with his kids under his roof, enjoying his 50s with Carrie, and being a great team member at work. Ultimately, what Jeff and Carrie have discovered is that freedom is found in leverage. Go to any beach bar in Florida over the noon hour, and you'll likely find a bunch of retired folks living their version of Margaritaville. You'll likely see them and secretly judge them for their immense amount of freedom they enjoy and the life choices laughing with friends while enjoying a cocktail over the noon hour. But you know that this will be you one day, and that you'll secretly love it yourself. Retired people have more freedom than most because time is an element of freedom. But to go even further, when you have time and enough money, your freedom is amplified. But many people miss this and they squander their 50s while playing a game of whack-a-mole dealing with the peak of their own complexity curve. They get lost in the hustle and the complexity not of their own life, but the lives of their kids and their aging parents and their coworkers and the thoughts about their past and their future self. And what ends up happening is they end up losing time. So if you are doing well financially, but you feel less free than what you expected, nothing is necessarily broken. What could be and likely is happening is that you are standing on the peak or surrounding the peak of your own complexity curve. The thing to do now is what Jeff and Carrie did 5 years ago, and that is to build a better system. Don't wait another day to do so yourself. Thanks for your time this week. We'll see you on the next one.